Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you about when you're reading fantasy books, how important it is to try to understand some of the unique and difficult vocabulary that you'll encounter. There are lots of difficult words that come into fantasy. Some of them are even invented words by the author. For example, you may know about the word muggle from Harry Potter. And at first when we start hearing about muggles, we don't really know what they are until you hear somebody sneer, "Oh, he's such a muggle," as they look down their nose at someone, and then you go, "Oh, a muggle is somebody that they don't think highly of." And so you begin to understand a word from the way that the characters talk about it. That happened for us too when we were learning about certain words at the beginning of the Dragon Slayers Academy. You might remember when we talked about the word hovel, and another time we were thinking about the word loot. Sometimes when you're reading fantasy, it's okay to read past the word for a while and begin to collect up clues and then to find out what it is. So we collected up a few clues about the word lute when it said, "He picked up his lute, I have written a song." And then we knew it had something to do, like it must be an instrument. And then later on, when the minstrel was leaving, he shouldered his lute. So we knew that it was something that you could carry on your shoulder. So we're beginning to develop a vision or a picture of what a lute is like. And so maybe you would be able to say, the minstrel carried a lute which he played songs on. And so that would help you to develop an understanding of that word. So let's practice that a little bit with chapter 4 of Dragon Slayers Academy. Wiglaf checked his map by the light of the full moon. Yes, this had to be the place. Dragon Slayers Academy. In truth, this is not what I expected, Wiglaf muttered. "Och, yea," Daisy agreed. Wiglaf and Daisy stood at the edge of a moat filled with greenish, foul-smelling water. It reminded Wiglaf in many ways of Malvina's cabbage soup. A rickety drawbridge led over the water to a gatehouse set in the middle of the broken-down castle wall. A tattered blue banner waved above the door. Bold letters spelled out DSA. So I hope that you're making a picture of this setting. So there's a castle, and it has a drawbridge, and there's a moat filled with greenish, foul-smelling water. So what are you thinking about this place? Are we supposed to think that it's grand, or are we a little concerned about where he's ended up? And do you know what a moat is? If you don't know what a moat is, I think you could figure out something, because it's filled with water and the drawbridge goes over it. So yeah, it's that water that surrounds a castle to protect the inhabitants from attack. Wiglaf drew a deep breath and started across the drawbridge. Daisy trotted at his side. Wiglaf pulled a chain by the gatehouse door. A bell sounded from deep within. After a time, the door cracked open and a short man with big eyes stared out at the travelers. He held a torch in one hand. "Yes," he said. "I'm Wiglaf, sir," Wiglaf offered. "I'm here to study." "Welcome to DSA," the man said, opening the door. Wiglaf saw he wore an apron. "Odd time to arrive, midnight," the man went on, "and school started 2 weeks ago. But no matter, first thing first." He held out his hand. 7 pennies, please." "Alas," Wiglaf said, "I have no pennies." The door began to close. "Wait, sir," he called. I have half a cabbage dumpling." The door banged shut. "I'm a willing worker," Wiglaf added. "I wash dishes," and the door opened a few inches. The man stuck his head out. "You're skilled at washing dishes?" "Very skilled," Wiglaf nodded. "Well, that suits me better than 7 pennies any day." The man opened the door wide. Come in, I'm Frypot, the school cook and former dishwasher." "Oh, I thank you, kind sir," Wiglaf exclaimed. "But say not a word of this to Headmaster Mordred," Frypot warned. "He will put the thumbscrews to me if he finds out." I don't know exactly what they are, but it doesn't sound like a good thing. Thumbscrews. "Not a word, sir," Wiglaf promised, and he and Daisy started through the door. "Hold up now," Frypot called. "No pigs allowed." "But, sir," Wiglaf said, "this is no ordinary pig. Just listen. Daisy, say hello." "Hello, hey, Ipot Frey," Daisy said. "Zounds, a pig that can speak pig Latin." Frypot knelt down next to Daisy. "Hello, hey, Iggy Pay," he said slowly. "Oh, I shall make you a comfy pallet in the hen house. Yes, just as soon as I sign our new dishwasher, student up." Then Frypot lit the way through the gatehouse, across the castle yard, and up a stone stairway into the crumbling castle. Sure we pick up on that. Just inside the door, Frypot stuck his torch into a holder on the wall. If you weren't sure of what a torch was, but you probably are, but remember he was holding a torch and he lit the way and then he stuck it in a holder on the wall. So a torch is some kind of light. Then he sat down at a desk and opened a thick book. Full name, he asked. Wiglaf of Penwick. Age? This is my 12th summer. Skills? Washing dishes, slopping pigs, raking dung. I mean any skills that might be useful in dragon slaying, Frypot said. Wiglaf thought for a moment. Nothing comes to mind. Class 1 then. Frypot shut the book. He opened the cupboard and took out a blue tunic and a helmet. A blue tunic. Do you know what a tunic is? You probably don't. Let's keep reading and see if we can gather some clues. White letters on the tunic spelled out DSA. Okay, so it has white letters on it. He gave them to Wiglaf. Your uniform, he said. Okay, so a tunic is a kind of uniform. We don't know exactly what it looks like. Maybe we'll get some more clues later, but it really helps to stop and to figure out something like, what is a tunic? All right, I'll be continuing reading to you later in our read aloud. Today, when you're reading your fantasy books, make sure that you learn what these words mean. So now we know Wiglaf is going to wear a tunic that has the letters DSA on it, which is part of the school uniform. And it was kept in a cupboard, the tunic was. It's really, really important to envision these things as you go along and to learn new vocabulary and to figure out the clues from the story about what they mean. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.